mortals. Such diminutive creatures. Their lives are so brief that every time a Titan blinks, one of them dies. There's one, there's another, and another. So fleeting their existence, and yet it was by studying them that I came to realize our place in the multiverse. Among mortals, it is said that every scholar bears a curse. The more knowledge one learns, the smaller the world becomes. It must be maddening for them to dedicate their momentary lives to destroying the mysticism of the universe, one discovery at a time. But if that is considered a curse to them, what does that make us Titans? I look upon something as insignificant to mortals as an insect, and I know it infinitely more than they will ever comprehend. I know how its heart beats, how its wings flutter, how its mind works. In that way, does that mean I am the most cursed scholar of them all? Nothing would ever be unknown to me. Nothing would ever surprise me. That realization paralyzed me with fear. Was this our existence? To live in this eternal torpor? To know all, to see all, and yet be unable to do anything more? That was the moment I swore my new oath. For why should I allow the Creator to shackle me to his purpose, when I could forge my own destiny, free of his bonds? No longer will I look upon the insect and lament its lack of originality. Now I can create my own. I can make its heart beat, its wings flutter. I can shape how its mind works. With these two hands, I can remake everything. Infernos and Prater will call me a madman because they cannot see past their own conquest. Infernos wants a throne. He wants power, but he will never be able to comprehend what true power really is. Chronotress, Ahnbiir, Ckegdromas, they will call me an abomination because they cannot fathom that a Titan would be able to pluck the same strings as the Creator himself. Loyalists, renegades, in the end it will not matter. When our work is done, the only ones who will remain to govern existence will be my master and I, because history does not remember the vassals, only the kings.
Legends of Khampiohn, the Genesis Era. A non-profit D&D fan-based audio drama. Written by Brad J. Taylor and D.T. Prater. Inspired by the unpublished works of Ruechelle Hill. Chapter 9. Nemesis Requiem.
Are you certain of this?
I discovered it from her own mind. Isirithon was the only one that Diani ever told. The only reason Chronotress knew was because of his ability to see different possibilities in time.
All this time, right on the Vypus' nose.
Should I tell him?
There is no point in revealing that yet. I may still require more power before I set foot on the Ark world. If he learns of this, he may well capitalize on it for his own agenda of godhood. No, but he'll continue doing what he is doing. What if the healer? Is she open to my influence yet?
It won't be long now, my lord. She's already close to breaking point. Just needs one more push, and she'll be open to anything.
Excellent work. All is going according to plan. I trust Vypus is making progress with his mission.
Yes, my lord. Soon you shall have all you need.
Excellent.
Make your way to the inner sanctum. Leave only Vypus alive. He is mine.
Yes, Lord.
My love, something is amiss.
What? What is it?
I'm not sure. I feel strange. My connection with our Risen is fluctuating.
Do not fear. We shall crush Vypus, and victory will be ours.
I worry that Vypus has become more powerful since last time. What if?
Vypus is weak. He will fall to us as all who oppose us shall. This world will be ours. As I promised, do not falter, my love.
I will follow you no matter what, as I always have. I just hope I haven't ruined things by helping him make the artifact.
I assure you, my dear, there is nothing to fear. Now let us move towards our victory.
What troubles you, my son?
This is the last time I will be standing with you, Father. Everything is about to change.
Do not be troubled, my son. I will not let anything happen to you while I'm breathing.
You may not have a choice, Father. I do what must be done. But I just want to say that it has been my greatest joy to serve Archai with you. No matter what happens, I'm truly thankful for you.
You speak as though you are about to die. I won't let that happen. You and your sister are all I have left of your mother. I would sooner die myself than let anything befall you.
I know, Father. But I beg you, don't go against the will of Archai. What I do this day must be done. Though, I am glad to be with you at its end, Father.
Father, I stand ready to do your will.
You seem worried. What is it?
Does it really have to be this way? I fear what may come to pass. What may happen to me. To them. Is it going to be enough to stop the enemy? What if I fail? What if...
Listen, my son, I do not do this lightly. I love you. If there was another way, I would not have asked any of my children if they felt up for the challenge. When you stepped forward, knowing, as I know, what the cost would be, I wept. You know this. But I will never leave you. I shall never forsake you. I will give you all of my strength, all of my spirit, so that you can achieve this. You shall sit once more at my right hand, and we shall make all things new.
But Father, what if the cataclysm occurs? What if I am torn in two, as I have seen?
I shall be with you throughout it all. Be not afraid.
Forgive me. I was wrong to despair. Let your will take place, Father. I am ready.
There is nothing to forgive, my son. I will be with you, always.
one of yours?
I don't know. Feels different somehow.
More unnerving.
Everything is going to change after today. I feel it in my very being. Many will walk the grey road today.
Such heaviness. To think it has all come to this. Alkai, be merciful.
It should have never come to this in the first place. This whole rebellion has wrought nothing but sorrow and death.
You're not wrong, but Alkai willing, it ends this day.
Let's be honest here. There's only one way this is going to go.
What way is that?
Us kicking all of their asses, while they kick each other's asses.
Alkai bless you for your mirth, Jester.
Ckegdromas, are you going to be okay? I know you've been struggling lately.
I'll be okay, as long as I have you all with me, and Alkai.
Better get the troops ready.
I'll go on ahead, gathering more information on that quarry.
Go with Alkai, chap. Oh, you're gone. Right. Troop chap.
I see you have made good progress.
Yes, Lord, but there's a complication.
What might that be?
There's been no sign of Infernos or Vathora. Lexian told us they'd be leading the second wave, but they are not here.
Where are they then?
I don't know, Lord.
Well, we'll just have to hope they come running when their ranks turn on each other.
Are we to continue then, Lord?
I will unleash the power of the Dark Heart. Now that the Risan are so close, they will easily succumb to my power. All you need to do is point them at their allies and make sure they keep them busy whilst I open the portal to the Shadow Realm and send my main forces to surround and annihilate. Then I shall rise them up once more as Wyld Titans and bring forth the Devourer. Killing off the last of the Loyalists and the Alvairn shouldn't be a problem.
As you command, Lord.
I don't think I'm ever gonna get used to that. Where are we?
This is the battlefield where everything changed. In our time, this would be the border between Immeror and Zeinenland.
I feel a little different this time. I can't explain it.
This was the last day before the world's end, before its rebirth. The energy was palpable, to say the least.
Wait, you mean we're about to witness the battle that caused the world to break? I don't know if I'm ready to see that.
I'll be honest with you, my boy. I'm not particularly looking forward to it either.
Haven't you already seen it?
I have witnessed most of the event, but there is a certain point in that time even I haven't been able to travel to. In all my long years pursuing the answers and the means to find them, there is always one point where I am shunted back into our own timeline. Quite unceremoniously, I might add. So I myself am somewhat nervous.
So, where do we begin? You said you had questions.
One question in particular, but we'll come to that later. There were many factors in play as all sides began to prepare for their final battle. But we shall start with the assault on Vypus' tower, where Infernos' part in this tale was forever changed.
What happened there?
You will see. But I must warn you, what you are about to witness is not easy to watch. Much like what you saw with Ahtreyu a few days ago.
Will we see more of those Wyld Titans?
Oh, yes. So be prepared. For everything you're about to witness, from the assault on Vypus's tower to the battle itself, is harrowing.
Well, better to have the full story to tell, rather than trying to make something up. I suppose. There's still no risk of getting injured or killed, right?
As before, we are not in any danger.
So this seems to be going well, whatever this is.
With Vypus's power rising, and knowing that if left alone, he would be a threat, Infernos had ordered his main forces to charge the tower from the outside, bolstered by what he called Risen, that Vthora had summoned back from death. Whilst this was happening, and knowing of Cobra's treachery, Infernos took a small force of elite warriors along with Vthora, with the intention of infiltrating and destroying Vypus's stronghold from the inside.
How did they manage that without being detected?
With the help of a Pathweaver called Lexian.
What is a Pathweaver?
Well, Pathweavers are powerful spirit titans who help the rest of their kin traverse the more dangerous parts of the multiverse, as well as help them to travel great distances in a short amount of time. Only a few of the titans were gifted with such an ability, and as such, they were highly respected. Unfortunately, many of them also became egotistical and self-important. At the start of the rebellion, they were the first to fight amongst themselves. Lexian was one of the last, along with the other.
Who was the other?
Ckegdromas.
Ckegdromas was a Pathweaver?
Well, their mother was. So Ckegdromas was essentially a half-blooded Pathweaver.
That would explain their ability to open portals. So back to, well, this.
Already the strike team had forged a path through many of the guardians of the tower, leaving nothing but ash in their wake. For all the might of the Wyld Titans, they had not counted on Infernos and his strike team attacking from their flank in such a way.
I'm assuming they were all too focused on the fight outside?
Indeed. Though Infernos was about to come across something he wasn't expecting.
How many of these things are there?
Vypus has been busy.
Do not fear them. They are abominations. Cut them down.
This world belongs to those who are pure. Annihilate them all. The Renegades met with heavy resistance from the Wyld Titans, but they forged on, making their way to the center of the tower. It was here, however, that they found their hardest fight.
I mean, the Wyld Titans are hard enough. Next to the Devourer, what could be harder than those things?
Ada and the Ruechelle that were under her command.
Ruechelle! My. This was certainly a daring move. One would be forgiven for thinking you were just a blunt instrument, Infernos.
You again. So let me guess. You're here to try and stop me.
I don't need it to try anything.
Any who stand against us will fall.
Oh, yes.
Nice. My turn.
I'm done playing with you.
I was just getting warmed up.
Really? Well, let me help you out!
Raushu! Put them out of their misery.
Warriors of Infernos! Crush the shadow beast, weaklings!
Leave that waste of air to me. She's mine.
Ha! Come then. Let us see just what the mighty Infernos has to offer me.
Now only Lexian, Vithora, and Infernos were left standing. Surrounded and overwhelmed, Vithora attempted to summon back the dead warriors, but quickly realized that something was amiss.
Warriors of Infernos, arise to the service of your lord once more!
You see, Poisoner, no matter how many times you cut my forces down, they come back to hound you. Surrender, and I will send you back to your master in one piece.
You believe I'd come unprepared for that triviality. Risen ones, you serve me now. Annihilate your former masters.
Did she just pull out what I think she just pulled out? Is that the Dark Heart? Did she just pull out the Dark Heart?
A part of it, yes. Vypus had crafted small replicas of the Dark Heart in order to control the Risen of Infernos.
I knew the artifact could drain power, but I never knew it could do that.
Because the Dark Heart was made using the crucible of spirit that Vithora had, Vypus discovered that with some alterations, these smaller orbs could in fact give mastery over the Risen.
Rendering Vithora's mastery null and void. So all those Risen that had been summoned earlier
could now be turned against the army of Infernos.
How many orbs did he make?
There were 2 orbs. He gave one to Ada and the other to Cobra. This meant that now any Risen that Vithora summoned could be turned against their allies with relative ease.
Now they're outnumbered. Vypus certainly was a clever one.
In this moment, everything changed for Infernos.
My love, I can't control them.
It matters not. They shall all be incinerated. Lexian, get that orb from her!
Yes, Lord. How did you?
Really, Infernos, you think your Pathweaver has a chance? You can't win here, Infernos. Don't you understand? I am beyond you. Don't you get it yet? We all want the same thing. Existence without mortals. Why do you persist in this pointless resistance?
This world belongs to us! The pure Titans! Not some abomination created by that fool, Vypus!
That fool has given us an opportunity to wipe out the mortals and reclaim the multiverse for our own. This is not about just one realm, but all realms, and you stand in our master's way. This is a new dawn. Isn't that what you wanted? Isn't that why you rebelled? I give you one more chance. Lay down your arms and join us, or die.
I will never bend my knee to Vypus or to you. All of you are beneath me, and this world will be mine.
Then you have chosen death? All the better for me. But my master had such hopes for you. Oh well, dead or living, it matters not. Your power will be taken. For my master, and his chains will be forever broken.
Handmaiden of the Devourer or not, you still have a spirit. And I can still destroy it.
Why? You? How? This cannot be.
My love, the Risen I summoned to lead the charge. I fear that Cobra 2 may have something like this. And if so...
Our warriors are outnumbered. But we are so close.
I must lay them to rest. Our warriors cannot hope to survive otherwise, and if Vypus is now able to control the Risen, we will be wiped out.
I understand, my love. Go do what you must. I shall find Vypus and end him. Then we shall have one less adversary in our way. Lexian! On your feet! Take my lady to our forces. Ensure she is unharmed. Have her send the Risen back to dust.
At your command. But, my lord...
What?
What of Cobra?
Must I ink it on your face? Kill him!
Yes, my lord. Come along, my lady.
Please be cautious, my love. Vypus is beyond insane.
That was intense. So Thor realized that Vypus had led the Renegades into a trap, and she was beyond furious with Ada. I didn't realize how powerful Thor could be. To be able to straight up annihilate an actual agent of the Darkbringer. The question is, did she manage to return the Risen to their rest in time too? What happened with Infernos?
That is the part we are going to see next. You see, Vypus's influence stretched further into Infernos' ranks than he realized.
Wait, you don't mean to say...
Follow me.
Where are we now? Wait, is that Vypus with the Dark Heart? And is that Lexian with Thora?
Alas, it is.
What's going on here?
Cobra was not the only agent that Vypus had amongst the ranks of Infernos.
I honestly didn't realize that Lexian was working with Vypus too.
Neither did Infernos. It seemed that for every one step he made ahead, Vypus had already made 5. Lexian was a contingency that Vypus had put into place when he realized that Cobra had been suspected of betrayal. Whilst Cobra dealt with the Renegade Titans, Lexian was charged with leading Infernos and Thora into Vypus's clutches, thus allowing Vypus to complete the task of training all the primals of the power in order to free the Darkbringer and begin the conquest of the multiverse. With the Punisher's power already imbued into the Fell Titans en masse, this was the penultimate step in Vypus's scheme. Once the Devourer had been freed, and all opposition either removed or corrupted, Vypus would be able to throw open the gates of the Haven, and indeed, the multiverse as a whole.
But even if Infernos failed, surely Vypus wouldn't be able to defeat the Loyalist armies, right?
Watch. Just watch.
Lexian, this isn't the battlefield. What have you done?
He has done as I asked him.
Vypus, you scoundrel!
Oh, my dear Thora, you really think I'd be unprepared for your power? Why do you think I took the power of the Crucible into the Dark Heart? Your powers are useless against me.
You treacherous little...
Treacherous? You are hardly in a position to throw that word around. You helped me to make this. You helped me to take the power of the Punisher and imbue my army with it.
That was before I found out what you had planned. Had I known...
Well, here we are. You have done well. Our master is pleased. Go now and prepare our forces for the journey.
What of the remainder of Infernos' forces?
I have it on good authority that they are fleeing the field. Leave them to the mercy of the Alvairn. We have more important matters to attend to.
As you wish, my lord. Just so you know, this was never personal, my lady. But I needed assurance that Infernos could not give.
Are you still here?
I shall be on my way, lord.
Traitor!
Colorly impressed. I never knew you had such a temper.
What is it you want from me, Snake?
Well, it's funny you should ask. I have my army all powered up and ready to march. But they need a leader. And there's only one who can lead us to the victory we are owed.
You, I suppose?
Au contraire, my dear. I am but a simple servant. No, not me. Someone even more suited. My master, of course.
The cold one.
You catch on quick. But you see, in order for my master to lead us to our new age, I need to set him free from his chains and open the way for him. And to do that, I need more. I need the power of the Primal Titans. I already have earth, water, and now, thanks to your unceremonious eradication of Ada, air. All I need now is fire and spirit. And with all 5 primal powers, I will bring forth my master.
No. I won't allow that. Your master will destroy everything. I won't be a part of that.
I had a feeling you might say that. So my master wants to offer you an opportunity, despite the fact that you utterly destroyed his favorite handmaiden. You and your beloved want this world for your own? My master is prepared to let you have it, provided you and your warriors survive the Alvairn, and you'll never have to worry about mortal races coming and ruining it. A slice of your own little paradise. You can start a family, build a home, have the dominion that you have sought for so very long. My master promises to never take it. All you have to do is give me your primal power, convince Infernos to do the same, and simply acknowledge my master as your god.
And why do you honestly believe that either Infernos or myself would ever accept the rule of another? We made this world. It's ours.
So I'm assuming that's a no.
Infernos will be here soon, and he will tear you apart and reduce the remains to ash. Along with your creations. You can do what you like to me, but know that whatever you visit upon me, he will visit upon you 100-fold.
Yes. I'm sure he would. But by the time he gets here, I'll be more than ready for him.
My power may not work on you, but I still have claws! You coward!
Did you honestly think I would engage you in melee? You underestimate my intelligence again. I know you'd tear me to shreds if I let you get close. I'm not stupid.
I'm finding it hard to feel sorry for Vithora. She helped create the artifact. Now she's suffering as others suffered. Serves her right.
I'm not showing you this to try and somehow vindicate her or any of the renegades. But this is part of what happened, and I must give you all of the details. Otherwise, I'd be a poor teacher and an even poorer archivist. But I digress. There is, at this moment, another scene that I must show you.
Where are we now?
We stand on the cliffside overlooking the battlefield, where the Alvairn and remaining loyalists gathered for the final battle.
Whoa, that's Chronotress? He seems so imposing, and yet, I don't know, it's just looking at him in the flesh. It's so powerful.
But don't get too close now. Everything else may not pay us heed, but he is the Warden of Time. He may well notice us.
Is that bad?
I feel as though he would probably catapult us back to our own time before I manage to show you what I need to. Not out of malice or anger. You understand?
I suppose that makes sense. And these are the rest of the Alvairn? It's so surreal to be among them. Please don't take this the wrong way, Master, but hearing about them is one thing. Actually seeing them walk, talk, and live?
Indeed, my boy. I felt exactly the same way when I first made this journey.
You need to be careful here. Time is overlapping. My advice, do what you came here to do, then leave. Quickly. Chronotress isn't the only one who can sense you.
Wait, did they just speak to us? I thought we couldn't be seen.
Yes. I wasn't expecting that. We must tread very carefully.
They said that time overlapses here. Does that mean others can sense us?
If I'm correct, the power of Centennial was coursing through Ckegdromas at this time. So I suppose it would make sense they could sense us. Chronotress, too. But I don't believe the others are aware. At any rate, whilst things were happening at Vypus's tower, the Alvairn and the loyalists that they had managed to rally were preparing for the final battle.
Thonor, have the Alvairn been gathered?
Aye, Lord, they're feeling a little, edgy, but I figured if we could stir their spirits somewhat, I reckon they'd follow you into anything.
It is Alkai they should follow, but perhaps some words of encouragement are warranted. Gather them to me, my friend.
At once.
Father, grant me the words to stir the hearts of your warriors. Grant us victory against our enemies, for your glory as we march forth one more time into the darkness.
Lord Warden, may I speak with you?
Of course. You seem worried. What's on your mind?
Forgive me, but I can't contain it any longer. Ever since Ada, I have had this overwhelming anger, and it feels like I'm in conflict with myself. I have said before that none of this should be happening, but now that it is, I worry that my anger will hinder my duties. I'm afraid. What if I lose myself? What if the anger overcomes me?
I understand you're dealing with something that feels unnatural to you. You who have always had a loving heart. Let me assure you, you are not alone. If you feel like you are overwhelmed by rage, pray. Give it all to our Father. He will carry you through as He has all of us. Do not fear. Whatever happens, we are with you.
What will become of me if I lose control?
If you remember nothing else of what I've said before, remember this one thing. No matter what you suffer, always know that you are of Alkai, and who will always be there to carry you should you ask it of him. All you need to do is reach to him. The darkness we face is great, but the Creator is, was, and will always be greater.
Thank you for everything.
Give thanks to Alkai. He's the one who sent us, and he will be the one that brings us home. Now, we must gather our forces. Take heart. Alkai is with us.
The Isirithon seems really upset, but she wouldn't turn, surely.
She had seen so many wars. Though she had healed many that had been injured, she saw just as many die in her arms. She was angry, and when Ahdar invaded her mind, it made everything worse. She was beginning to break apart, and though the gem given to her by Centennial helped her to maintain some control, Ahdar's poisoning was sinking deeper.
I'm assuming that's what you meant when you said she would be changed.
This was the beginning of the cataclysm that I mentioned before.
I read up on that, actually. It said that some of the Alvairn became literally split into two beings, each one being the opposite of the other.
Indeed. But that comes later. At this moment, whilst the Alvairn and the Loyalist Titans were preparing for battle, scouts had returned with news that caused a little apprehension.
My lord.
What is it, my friend?
The Renegades have been attacked by their own risen, and it seems the Shadow Beasts have returned to the field.
What are their numbers?
Thousands, my lord. Renegades, Risen, Shadow Beasts, and Wyld Titans combined.
It matters not. We shall meet them nonetheless. Reinforcements are on the way. Do not fear.
But there are so many.
Fear not. Alkai is with us.
Even so, this host will be difficult to overcome.
Difficult indeed. But we will overcome them.
The Titans seem fearful.
Well, of course they were. But they were also all willing to lay down their lives for Alkai, without question at all.
Do not fear them. No matter their number, we will be victorious. Stand firm in your faith, uphold your duty, and do not falter. Is it not Alkai who sent us forth? The creator of all things marches with us, and he will guard us with his hand of righteousness. As Alkai is with us, none can stand against us. Forth! For Alkai! For Alkai!
Rallied and renewed, they began their march. It was at this time the horn given to Ahtreyu was sounded, and the portal to the Wyld realm opened. There it is. Do you see it?
I see it. Are those the Wyld Titans coming through? There's so many of them.
Over 1,000 strong. And that's not all. Look to the skies. The angels have begun their descent.
Warriors of Alkai, your heavenly Father has sent us to aid you against the great enemy.
We are Centennial, as the Creator has sent us. Take heart and show no fear.
The enemy will tremble before the might of the armies of Alkai. We have seen great victories. Summon your courage. Know that even if you are to die, you will have walked the path to Alkai's glory against the taint of the Cold One. And you shall be lifted back into his grace. Never shall you be forsaken. Ever shall you be remembered. Glory to Alkai.
I never thought I'd see an angel in my lifetime. Least of all that many.
It was to be one of the greatest battles of the whole conflict. Awesome and terrifying. Perhaps the most tragic as well.
The last act of Ahtreyu, I assume.
Among other things. Which brings us to another critical moment. Whilst the Alvairn were gathering, the Renegades were overwhelmed by the Wyld Titans. Even their risen allies had now turned upon them. After most of their number had been killed, Cobra approached them with a proposal.
Now that we have your
Attention. Your leader has abandoned you. Your risen are under the control of Lord Vypus, and you are outnumbered and outpowered.
We would rather die than join your abominations.
As you wish.
Long live Infernos.
Anybody else fancy refusal?
As fear gripped the renegades for the first time, many instantly denounced Infernos and pledged a desperate allegiance to Vypus. Those who did not were ripped apart and fed to the Risen.
I feel sick. Why are we watching this?
Why are you still looking at that, my boy? I moved on ages ago.
Wait, what?
And whilst all that was going on, Lexian had begun to prepare portals to teleport the ranks of Vypus's horde to the Shadow Realm, where they would amass and prepare for their multiversal conquest.
So, the Alvairn were about to march onto an empty battlefield?
Well, now that would make things easier. But no. Vypus had already set things in motion to meet the Alvairn on the battlefield, and he could not risk his creations. For all his bravado, Vypus knew one simple fact. If he had tried to engage the Alvairn with his Wyld Titans, especially now that they knew of the weakness in his creations, they would have been obliterated.
So what did he do instead? What plan did he have?
He originally intended to meet the Alvairn and the Loyalists on the battlefield with sheer numbers. However, after being informed by Cobra that the Alvairn now knew the weakness of the Wyld Titans, he instead withdrew them to the Shadow Realm, where he intended to bolster his forces with more power and remove their weaknesses. Knowing that leaving the tower unguarded would bring all his plans to ruin, Vypus made sure that once the renegades had been subjugated or killed, he would replace them with his master fiends and his own Shadow Beast allies.
Is that what's happening now? I preferred it when you were just describing what he sounded like. This is horrifying.
Yes. Well, I think it's probably time for us to move from here. These things exist outside of time.
What does that mean?
I'm assuming that this is perhaps what Ckegdromas meant. At any rate, there is more to see.
What's happening here?
Infernos was nearing his quarry, leaving a trail of ash in his wake, when he felt a searing pain in his heart.
Like he felt when Vypus first used the Dark Heart on Ckegdromas?
Worse. This time, it was being used on the only thing he cared for more than his own glory. Feeling for Thor's pain, he charged forward. But here was where he came against the first incarnation of what would become one of Vypus's most diabolical creatures that ever existed.
Thora! Vypus! Whatever you are standing between me and my beloved. I suggest you move aside or prepare to die.
Infernos. Oh, it has been a long time coming.
From the darkness came the sound of heavy chains, and slowly emerging came the familiar, yet somehow twisted form of Maelstrom.
Maelstrom. I took you for dead. Well, no matter. You soon will be.
I am Maelstrom no longer. Vypus made sure of that. I must admit, when he first drained me of my power, it was unbelievably painful. Then, when he decided to use what was left in one of his experiments, I was furious.
Wait, that's Maelstrom? Looks different, more sinister. Wait, I've seen that form before.
But you see, he made me stronger, better. Behold, I am punishment made manifest. I am death. I am Rakmas!
That's Rakmas?
The first incarnation, yes. Rakmas has been reborn many times since.
I don't care what you are. What you are is in my way. So die!
How's that thing here at the same time as Ckegdromas? Aren't they two parts of the same being?
Vypus didn't only use the Punisher's power to enhance his alpha race. He also created this monstrosity from the same power. Ckegdromas was aware of their soul being split and a part of it missing. But at this point, they didn't realize that this had been made from that missing part.
Vypus sure knew how to play his cards close to his chest. This thing is horrifying. I mean, the carvings and drawings I've come across were enough to make my skin crawl, but this... Wait, it can't sense it, can it?
I hope not.
You'll have to do better than that, Renegade.
Wait, what's that?
This is when an unlikely ally came to Infernos' aid.
Psyche, Lamina.
You!
Technically, you or me. It's really confusing. You know you hear about prolific battles between your good side and bad, but this kind of throws up so many questions. Full main crevice.
Looks like someone got an upgrade in my absence. De la Nectorcha!
Okay, so this brings new meaning to the term fighting against yourself. First of all, why is Ckegdromas here? And secondly, why are they helping Infernos?
Did I not tell you about that?
No.
Whoops. In that case, we need to go back a bit further. Before Infernos had even found out about Cobra, and before he began to march for the tower, Ckegdromas approached him in a secluded area, away from the army.
Wait, did Chronotress know about this meeting?
It was in fact Chronotress who arranged it.
Of all those he could send, why you?
Well, originally he had planned to send a Spymaster, but they were busy elsewhere.
Well, what is it?
First of all, are you aware that your ranks have been infiltrated?
By who?
One of Vypus' older creations. The one that used to be Jarrett's student.
Cobra. I didn't realize he was created by Vypus. What information is he sending to his master? I assume that's what he's doing.
Oh, everything. Right down to the colour loincloth you're wearing for the battle.
can you ever be serious, Jester?
I mean, you kind of answered your own question there. You know, Jester, what's the point would there be to being a serious Jester?
Enough with your japes. Tell me what you know.
I endured Vypus' torture for 2 weeks. You really think I'm gonna be intimidated by a grip of the collar? Look, CROVO has told Vypus all about your troop movements, so you'll need to find another strategy. Also, you're going to have to make a choice soon between your purpose and that which you care most for.
Spit it out! What do you mean?
The Punisher's power was just the start. Vypus managed to further improve the dark arts that it drains the power of the Titans, particularly the Primals. If he succeeds, he will be unstoppable, and the Cold One will walk hindered throughout the multiverse, devouring everything on the way to the Haven.
I fail to see why this should be a problem for me.
I thought you were meant to be intelligent. Primals! You know, like you and the former.
Vypus wouldn't dare.
Sure, and I'm the Arch-Solar Gabriel. Listen, he has planned around you. For once, put your ego to one side and look at the bigger picture. In order to stop the destruction of all creation, and yes, that includes you, you're now claiming to be our kind. We need to ensure we stop Vypus. We have his plan. We have seen the Father suffering at his hand, as I did. He will drain her power into the Dark Heart, and unless we could get to her in time, kill her and claim the Crucible from her. Would you care to stress your small-mindedness to think what happens next?
Everything vanishes. Look, I really couldn't care less about what happens to you. And I've told Chronotress as much. But I will not allow my beloved to suffer and die at the hands of such a worm. What do you propose?
Well, it was suggested that you work with us, but we're all fully aware that you wouldn't do such a thing. So, I have another proposal from both Chronotress and Centennial.
Yes?
Infiltrate the tower of the small task force. Take Fethora with you. You're going to need her. When the time is right, I shall appear to assist you against the most heinous abomination. While you and Fethora take the Dark Heart from Vypus. Then I shall teleport you away, we destroy the heart, return the Crucible, ruin Vypus' plans, maybe even avoid being erased entirely. Simple, right?
Fine. But I swear to you, if any harm befalls Fethora...
Yes, you'll try to incinerate me from inside to out, and leave my eyeballs until last so I can see your smug mug, etc., etc., etc. I've heard it all before. Maybe you should try blowing less smoke and hotter. Oh, wait.
I have preparations to make.
Understand this. What happens next will change the course of everything. Be smart, if that's possible.
So that's why Ckegdromas was there. They made an accord with Infernos.
Indeed. And as you are about to witness, it was just as well they did.
You really have the worst parts, mate. Your aims are atrocious. Genius impedum.
You were always too loud. Brisciad Theactorum.
What are you waiting for? Get through to Vypus now, or she will die.
You are no match for this creature.
Oh, do me a favor. Stop feigning some sort of consciousness. We both know you'd be all too happy to stab me in the back, given the chance to just Go do what you need to do.
Don't die. You still have a bargain to uphold with me.
Again with the hot air. Speculami, l'imagino. Let's see how you handle me. In stereo!
I'll just annihilate you all at once. Storm Dog.
This looks a little one-sided.
While it is true that this first incarnation of Rakmas was powerful, it still had a weakness.
What weakness was that?
It was created from the Punisher, which was a part of Ckegdromas before. But following the gift given by Centennial, Ckegdromas could now command time, albeit in a much lesser way than Chronotress.
So they could unmake Rakmas?
Not exactly.
You cannot defeat me. I am you. To defeat me, you'd have to end yourself. I, however, can survive without you. Whilst the dark heart beats, so too do I live. In that knowledge, despair and die. Tornibias!
Correction. You were me, but I am no longer a part of you. Transgressor.
Impossible. You cannot destroy me. You will end yourself.
You make a valid point, but I don't need to destroy you. Yet. I will do something far worse. Rakmas, Punisher, Subjugator, Executioner, I reject you. I no longer need you. I have become abhorrent in the eyes of Alkai by the power gifted to me by Centennial themselves. According to the word of Alkai, I banish you beyond time. Exilium Ultra Tempus.
No! You cannot!
What just happened?
So, that's how it happened. How it began.
What happened? What began?
For most of my life, I had wondered what caused the cataclysm. What event set off the chain reaction?
And now, you understand. We are sorry.
Who are they talking to? Why do they sound different?
Firstly, as I mentioned before, Chronotress is not the only one who can sense things from outside this time. So, in answer to your first question, I am talking to you.
How is this possible?
Have you forgotten already? Very well, we shall humor you. We exist outside time, therefore we can see things that have been, the things that have yet to be, as clearly as you can see the sky or fields.
I don't understand.
Neither does your master. Or he has forgotten over time. We are given this gift by Alkai in response to something that has transpired from what you have not yet seen. A word of advice. Learn what you have come to learn. Remember it, and leave before its end. As your master should know, if you are still in a time after it ended.
We will also cease to be.
I need to move quickly. I hope I'm not too late. I hate being late. Nothing fashionable about it at all.
Well, That was new.
Has that ever happened before?
Not to me. In fact, I don't believe it has happened to any time mage in the history of the subject. But they are right. We must press on. I feel we are running out of, well, time.
The irony is not lost on me, Master. Where to next?
The next crucial moment in this timeline, at this very moment, Infernos is facing the choice that you heard about. And it was not an easy one.
Is he actually going to kill her?
He certainly got very close. He was not planning on Infernos getting to him so soon.
Now that your powers are mine, I'm going to give you one last chance to save your life. Give me the Crucible. It's useless to you now anyway.
Never. You'll have to tear it from my corpse.
Very well then. A pity. This could have been so much better for you. Ow.
Plenty more with that. Thora! What happened? Lexian was meant to get you away from here.
My love, it warms my heart to see you. Lexian betrayed us. He was working for Vypus the whole time.
Forgive me, my love. Had I known... What's happened to you?
Vypus has taken my power. I tried to fight him, but he wanted the Crucible. I told him to shove it.
You? First you command your abominations to attack my warriors. Then you turn my own against me. But this act against my beloved has sealed your death. I'm going to tear you apart.
Blah, blah, blah. You honestly thought I had any interest in your purpose? You're dumber than I thought, you heaving mass of idiocy. But maybe you could still prove me wrong. Hand over your power to me, bend your knee, and I shall spare your pitiful life. And as an added bonus, if you convince your spouse there to hand over the Crucible, I won't atomize her in front of your eyes. Maybe I'll even be moved to spare her. Take a moment to think about... Never mind then. We're doing this. I'll tear your power from you and leave you alive just long enough to see the light leave her eyes.
You won't get near her.
Wait, is that...
The Sword of Flame.
How? He's a renegade. Surely Alkai stripped him of it the moment he turned.
As I have said before, Alkai sees all and knows all. Up until now, Infernos had used his powers in pursuit of his own goals. But now, whether he realized it or not, he was fighting for something other than himself, against a far more wicked foe.
But I thought you said Ahtreyu was given the task of ending Vypus.
You handled that relic well, for a renegade. Yes! But it will not avail you. I command all the primal energy I need to crush you like the insect you are.
I have done battle with the Cold One himself. You are but an insignificant cast-off with stolen power.
And yet, you are lacking. You call me insignificant, but let's look at the facts. All this time, whilst you were boasting about your glorious purpose, I was moving you into place along with all the other little pawns. You are nothing more than a puppet who has served their purpose and now needs their strings cut.
I am no one's puppet! I am Infernos!
You are nothing but a toy! You honestly think that the Cold One would want someone like you by his side? You are the liability that has been. I am the future. Who dares?
You make the funniest jokes. You know that? You, the future? There's only room for one jester, and the holy future ahead of you is judgment. Sancta Missima!
Get Fedora out of here!
No, my love. Please don't send me away from you. I can still fight.
Please, don't be foolish. You cannot fight right now, and I will not risk you, my love. All this time, I've been wrong. This world means nothing to me without you. I hate the mortals, but I would spend an eternity under their rule as long as I had you by my side. I am no hero. A hero would sacrifice everything for this world. Me, I would see this world burn for you. But right now, the safest place you can be is with Centennial.
He's too powerful. Please.
I understand now. My glorious purpose is not dominating this world. It's you. It's always been you. No matter what happens here, to me, know that I love you. And even if I fall, I shall make sure he doesn't leave without at least a part of him missing. Ckegdromas, what are you waiting for? Does it need to be inscribed in the rock? Get her out of here!
Honestly, I was just hurling angry missiles at Vypus to stop him from interrupting you.
That does it. I'm going to kill you first, clown. I don't know how you're alive, but I will remedy that. Die!
You think you're mad now? Stella gratis!
Blast you, you inseparable wretch!
Take a deep breath. Give him something to cry about.
Looks like it's just you and me now, Snake.
Well, this is awkward. But no matter, I still get to kill you.
He really is pretty upset right now, isn't he?
That's one way to put it. Go ahead and try. No matter what happens to me, I will take you with me.
Even knowing that this may be his last battle, and despite his immense pain, Infernos pressed forward, even with the flames of his life force starting to diminish.
For Fedora!
No! I refuse to die to the likes of you.
You are
This can't be right. You said...
It's not over yet.
But look, they're both lying dead on the ground. I don't understand.
Not yet, my loyal disciple. You have work yet to do.
Master.
You have what you need. Take the heart. It will restore you.
Master, what's happening?
We need to go. We cannot stay here. We must travel now to the final part of this tale.
Yes, I see now. Oh, my master, you honor me. I shall become the host for this artifact. I will be your doorway.
The power of the primals. I can feel my chains breaking.
Prisoner of the cold sun, I, Vypus, accept your power. I set you free through me. The multiverse will burn.
You have been listening to Legends of Khampiohn, the Genesis Era, a non-profit D&D fan-based audio drama, written by Brad J. Taylor and D.T. Prater, inspired by the unpublished works of Ruechelle Hill, featuring Thomas Avinger as the Old Archivist, Infernos, Centennial, and the Devourer, T.J. CROVO as the Young Archivist, Vypus, and Renegade Earth Titan Warrior, Andrew LOVATO as Ahnbiir and Chronotress, Melissa KERSH as Ahtreya, GHOSTWAFFLES as Ahtreyu, ACTASH as Ckegdromas and Spymaster Jahrett, Raven Anderson as Rakmas, host of Armies and the Alvairn Scout, SCAZZA SCARLETTI as Isirithon, VANNAH OH as Vathora, Sarah Rosina Winkler as Ada, Brad J. Taylor as Thonor, Scott Welnoski as Cobra, Frederick Verhagen as Lexian and Elkai, Michael Morgan as Ordos Monk, Patty Knox as Renegade Earth Titan Warrior, and Faye Holiday as Renegade Fire Titan. Produced by Bumblebee Creations. Directed by the Khampiohn Audioverse. In association with Path of Dragons Radio, Casting Arrow Productions, and Draken Rose Publications. Enjoying the story so far? Why not leave us a rating on Spotify, like and subscribe on YouTube, or head over to Podchaser or Apple Podcasts to leave a review. All the links are in the description. Now have a feast of lightning! Ah!